What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, this is TWA Motorsports, and today we got a packed house, but we're going to attempt to put a drop hitch on the little beater parts hauler truck. So, look, my son mows some grass in the summertime. It's coming up to that point. Now, normally my dad uses his truck. They go together, but my dad's truck's at paint. He doesn't have anything to pull the mower, so I think if I can get this on quick enough, they're going to mow in a couple days. If I can't, they may have to use my Yukon to pull the lawn mowing trailer. So either way, I'm gonna attempt to get a universal hitch on this thing. Now, nobody makes an actual hitch for these other than just your standard bumper hitch, like just putting a ball in the bumper. And because I lowered this thing, that's just not going to work, I don't think. I think that I put the trailer too low. We're not talking about my car hauling trailer over here. We're talking about just a 5x10 aluminum trailer. So not much to pull, and this thing will do it with ease. But either way, like I said, we're going to see if we can get, I told you guys when I reorganized all this stuff, that box right there, that big long box, is a universal hitch for this. Now, whether it works or not, I guess we're going to see. I'm going to bust open the box and take a look at it. We're gonna jack the back of the truck up, which is why I have the wheel chocks in the front, guys. When I get this thing off the ground, I don't want it to roll into my garage. So let's get this thing off the ground. We'll get that box down, take a look at what we've got, what we're going to be needing, but I'm hoping it's not too bad of a project, but inevitably universal fit generally means you're gonna have to make some stuff work. Let's get it off the ground and give it a try. Well, we got this thing off the ground and opened the box up, and this is what we've got. So, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna look through the instructions here real quick and see if it's even worth trying, but I'm having a feeling that the way this bumper sets, it sets pretty low. I'm thinking we may have a problem, but we're gonna look through the instructions and see. Basically, you have adjustments you can see to make it, wider or more narrow, putting it in the truck. So if I can get the brackets to mount up on the actual frame, we may be okay. But either way, let's buzz through these instructions. There's not a lot comes with it. That center piece, I'm guessing 2 pieces for the frame, and then 2 more pieces that hook to the center piece. It is a class 3 hitch, I think, 2,000 pounds. Way more than this truck will ever see. Also, as you can see, it comes with all the hardware. Well, those instructions are just about worthless because they don't cover anything on this. There is some instruction in there on like Mazdas and Dodge Dakotas and S10s and full-size Chevy trucks, which I would just buy a hitch for one of those that actually fit it, not a universal one. But guys, let's take a look at what we got going on down here, and we'll kind of explain how this is supposed to work and how I think I'm going to make it work. First of all, our frame starts way back here. So you can see this is the end of our frame. And if I put my bracket where the instructions say to put it, which would be like right here, a couple things happen. For one, we run into the exhaust on the other side, which wouldn't be a big deal. We could chop that off, just shy of the bracket. The downside is that would put our hitch, so the actual receiver part would be like way back here. So you'd have to get under the truck to put the receiver hitch in. I don't want to do that. So because we're hauling an aluminum trailer, it's not going to be very heavy. I am actually going to mount it to the bumper. This is the bumper bracket. Seems pretty sturdy. So what I'm thinking is instead of using this bracket that sandwiches in between, I'm actually going to use the main bracket, this guy here. And I'm going to take, you see the bed bolts? And they're not actually bed bolts. They're like a support for the back of the bed. This guy right here. I'm going to take both of these out, and I'm going to use this one in my bracket. And it'll make more sense once I get it in there, but that is the plan. So the downside, guys, is I'm going to have to take that out, and then we got to kind of put it all together at once, because once you're putting it up in there, and I think that's why the instructions want you to do it this way. If you mount your bracket, then you can put it together and lift it up once the bracket's mounted. Well, I'm not going to be using both brackets. As a matter of fact, this smaller one here that's supposed to go on the frame, I'm not going to be using it at all, because even if I mounted it on the bottom like this, it would put the thing way too low, and I just don't want it that low. So I need to get a couple, this looks like a 19 or something. I'm sure it's metric, but we're going to take those out and just experiment and see what we've got. If it doesn't work, then we'll you know, come up with a new plan. But I think it's going to. I think what I will do is I'll probably put the bracket up in there without the hitch in the middle because it's so heavy. And then we'll mark some other holes to drill and put some bolts through. But I think that'll work. Let's take a look at what we got. So you can see what I was taking out. I've done it here on the other side. And I've got the piece kind of just loosely set in there with one bolt. Obviously I didn't drill any holes. But what I'm thinking, guys, is originally I said I was gonna put it up in there, mark the holes and drill them. I actually think it's gonna suck, but I'm gonna take this piece that's on the floor, so the center section, I'm gonna line it up with it. I'm gonna get these other two bolts out on the other side, and I'm gonna just loosely bolt it in with two bolts and see what we've got as far as like clearances and whatnot. And then we'll go back and worry about like drilling holes. I can mark them and take it out maybe as one piece. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking anyway. It's not the easiest method. And like I said, it is universal fit, so it's not like it's a great product for what I think it'll work, but don't expect it to fit perfect and expect to make some modifications. But this I think will work. We're still gonna have the ability. I think I'm gonna drill another hole right here. I think I'm gonna drill one here and here. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts in it. I think it'll probably be substantial. I might drill one down there in the corner, depending if I have enough room. It's pretty close to the edge, so I don't know about it. But I think for what we're doing with an aluminum trailer, we should be fine. I mean, I think the bumper on this thing is rated at 1,000 pounds. So, you know, we're never gonna get that. I don't even think that trailer weighs 1,000 pounds. Now you can see that I use my jack to keep some pressure on that because obviously the two bolts, it still has the ability to pivot. But I think I like this, guys. It needs to go over just a hair, but I think this is gonna work. I don't wanna speak too soon, but I'm gonna get under there. I'm gonna tighten up those 19s. We're gonna mark the holes, and then we should be able to drill some holes to help support not only the ones that we have, but maybe a little further down on the bumper bracket. All right, let's take a look at what we got. We got them snugged up. I've still got it supported here in the center. I'm gonna keep it that way until I get all the holes drilled. So here's what I'm planning on drilling. I'm gonna drill this top hole on both sides. So that very top one, I'm gonna drill that smaller one in the very back. I don't really have enough room to put one here unless I put a smaller bolt in. And then I'm gonna try to drill the second one that we took out of that like bed support type brace. So I should have a total of 4, and they should be equally distributed. These two up here, guys, I just don't have enough room to get that, to make that happen. So I'm not gonna worry about that. I think this will be enough. I really do. And you know, obviously I'll touch base with you guys if there's any issues, but I'm gonna go ahead, drill me some holes. I'm gonna drill some pilot holes, and then I'm gonna try to bring back my stepped drill bit and possibly drill from the other side, since the frame is, or it's not even the frame, the bumper bracket's kind of like a C channel. I think we'll be okay just getting them started with that one. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. And you can see, well, I don't know if I can get my drill in there, but either way, I'm gonna attempt to drill some holes and we'll see how it goes. Check it out. So for the most part, we've got it bolted in. You know, I mean, technically all the brackets are bolted in, but let's take a look at what we got going on. So you see, I've got the 2 originals with the bed, I guess, I don't know what that is, just extra support on the bed. I like using that because we know that that's somewhat lined up with the bumper. So we've got it as straight as we can get it. And then the 2 holes that I drilled for extra, the back one, guys, probably not doing a whole lot. But the cool thing is it looks to be pretty straight. Now, what we need to do is we need to hook up, get the light up here, maybe we can see a little better. So this obviously has different holes where we can adjust it. You know, if it's in a wider vehicle, this would go out further. But we need to snake these on the inside, and we need to do the ones that face on the outside first because the little cutaway is out a little further
or sorry, in a little further. So we need to make sure that we can get these in, but this will go just like that on the inside. And you're probably wondering, well, how am I gonna get on the inside? Well, the cool thing is this kit comes with a wire, and it looks like a spring on the end, but it's where you can thread this in, push the wire through, poke it out of the hole, and then get it up against here while you're getting it tight. Kind of a cool little deal. I'm gonna actually keep those for like future projects where I have to, like, you know, pull a bolt through a hole somewhere that I can't access. I'll show it to you once I get it on the bolt here and pulled through the hole, what I'm talking about, but pretty cool.
Okay, so this may be the coolest freaking thing I've ever seen. Look at that. It's like a spring, but it's made to where you can thread the bolt into it, and then we got our wire. So when I said you need to do the outers first, these are a little further inside. So we need to snake this through the hole in the end, right? And pull it out the hole where the slot is, which should be, like I said, a little further in. And the reason you put it in first is you're gonna have interference if you try to put the back one in first. So I'm gonna go ahead, put these in on both sides in the front, and then I'll show you what we're looking at, and then we'll go to the back and do the exact same thing on the back. So you can see that I've got this first one pulled in. So now I just need to take this spring off, and I'm just gonna kind of go around, so I don't want to tear it up because I have to use it 3 more times. But you can get the idea. You have to put the washer in, or the spacer, or the retainer, I guess it is. You have to put it in without it being on the bolt, otherwise it won't fit in the end. But then you just thread it into the hole you're using, and that's pretty much it. And then we put our nut on the end, and like I said, we got to do it 3 more times, but pretty cool. Let's take a look at it all finished up. So I got those bolts snaked through on both sides. Now it's a little tight here because it's close to the bumper, but that's exactly how I wanted it. This looks factory. If you didn't know, you would think this was a factory setup, the way I've mounted it up here. So got everything back in place the way it goes. You can see the bolt in the back, and you can see the adjustability, how wide this thing could go. And honestly, it'll probably be a little stronger because it's on the very last hole, so it's closer together. But I don't think we're gonna have any issues. Like I said, guys, I mean, would I like to have at least, you know, I don't know, I guess because there's so many holes, I would like to put a bolt in every one of them, and it's just not, it's not set up for that. And as far as going to the frame, I mean, that's a pretty sturdy piece of metal that's holding the bumper on, and it's got multiple bolts in it. So I don't, like I said, I don't think we'll have any issues. And if I do, I will definitely tell you guys, because I don't want you to buy something that I recommend based off of, I mean, I've never used one, so I don't want you guys to have issues. But I will tell you, in the book, it shows Mazda, like your B2200s and whatnot. It also shows like Nissan, but it's the newer Nissan, like a Frontier, and then S10, stuff like that, which I think the frames go out a little further on those. But I will tell you, on the reason I chose to mount it this way is on the B2200, the Mazda section showed it mounting to the bumper bracket. So I just don't think there's going to be an issue. But the only other thing I want to do, my dad's actually going to, I'm making him wire it up. He's going to wire some trailer lights on here, just a 4 flat. He's actually grabbing it and on his way over. But I think I'm going to take the mud flaps off. You know, I had talked about, should I leave them? Should I take them off? I think I'm going to take them off. I hate the look of them, to be honest with you. And it looks like all it is just 2 Phillips screws. Now, I'll probably keep them in a box just in case, I don't know, someday. Now, the other one's wrecked. So I honestly, guys, I think I could just throw them away. As a matter of fact, I'm making that decision. I'm throwing them away. So that other one has got a hole in it. Looks like trash anyway. So let's get those off. My dad's gonna come over here, like I said, and get it wired, and then we will set it back down and take a look at it. So, like always, guys, change of plans. And so my dad, I told him, don't worry about coming over and wiring it yet. He didn't have the piece anyway, but we ended up having a yard relatively close. So we decided to load up and take it over there, and the hitch did great. No issues with the hitch. The truck just is not set up to pull that for 2 reasons. One, it's just not a big enough truck, really. I think it probably would do better, though. The second reason being that it's lowered. And the fact that it's lowered, that drop hitch, guys, it's a 5-inch lift hitch. So basically you flip over a 6-inch one and it gives you 5 inches of rise. It's perfect sets perfectly level, but it's almost dragging the ground in the back. And I don't have it hooked up. I should have taken some pictures and finished this video when I had it hooked up, but we decided not to wire the trailer lights because we're not going to use it. It's not going to work. It started to sway a little bit on the highway. Now, this is the trailer that we're using. And guys, we had all the weight on the tongue of the trailer, so it's not like a weight distribution issue that was causing it to sway. I'm not really sure. I just think it's the truck, to be honest with you. It just didn't give me a good feeling, especially letting him drive it by himself, that he's just 16. He's never experienced that tail whip with the trailer, and if you guys have ever experienced that, it's a scary feeling when that trailer starts whipping and you're at 60 miles an hour and it gets out of control. It is a very, very scary feeling. So I'm very particular of where I want my weight on trailers, but this trailer is not heavy. And this is the mower that we're using on it. I know I've got a ton of stuff out here, but got two of the 3 mowers that I own. They're all the same. They're all walkers, but this is the one he generally uses. And this is the one that we had loaded on it. We load it backwards, so the weight of the engine is on the tongue, and well, because it's the way the box is made, the wind catches it and could possibly break it if you don't load it the other way. But either way, it's not gonna work out. I'll show you guys what the truck looks like without the mud flaps, and I left the hitch on there because, you know, I guess at some point you could put something on there, but I think it looks better without the mud flaps, that's for sure. And like I said, that one back there had a hole in it, but I'm not going to worry about wiring it, at least not right now, because I don't plan on hauling anything with it. But it is kind of a bummer that it didn't work out for the lawn mowing, in my opinion, because this is like the perfect lawn mowing truck. If you, I don't know, maybe we could lift it up. I just really don't want to do that. So I guess at this point, what we're going to do for him is, until my dad's truck gets painted, which generally is how we haul this, like him and my dad go out and mow with this. They use this trailer behind my dad's truck, which is just like this, except a step side. Until it gets back from paint, which has been a long time, he's going to just use my Yukon. Now, the cool thing about that is the Yukon, I know will pull it great, and not the new Yukon, the MBS Yukon, but either way, it'll pull it fine. And this trailer is big enough to get the mower and all the stuff on, so we don't have to worry about, like, I don't want to load the trimmer in the back of the Yukon all grass covered or anything like that. I don't want cans of gas in the back. So for now, at least for the next, I don't know, week or two, we're just gonna have to rock the Yukon. But if you guys are wondering what I use to mow my grass out here, I have about 4 acres. I have 3 of these Walker mowers. I have 2 side discharges. This is a 42-inch. The other one that's in the other garage, it's actually blown up right now. It's a 52-inch, and then this is a 48, and it has a catcher on it. If you guys have never used a Walker mower, I suggest trying one. They are absolutely amazing. Just a 2-hand control. You have a ground speed here on the right, and then you literally just pull back on the right one if you want to pull back or go right. Pull back on the left if you want to go left. Very easy to operate. Anybody can use one. They make an amazing looking yard. They're more of a finish mower. But yeah, that's why I have 3 of them. My dad started with this a long time ago and got me hooked on them, and that's all I'll use. And then I've got just a cheapy push mower, but I've got all my stuff jammed in here because I've got some issues with the carb on this one, and same way with that 4-wheeler and this 4-wheeler and the golf cart. They all really need carb rebuilds. And so I've got a guy that took my son's little 50cc 4-wheeler, and that's why they're all stacked up out here. He's going to fix that carb on it. I just don't have time to do that stuff. He's going to fix the carb on it, bring it back, take another one. So he may take the golf cart next, and then he's going to fix it, bring it back. He's going to take this, and so on and so forth. So that's why you guys may see a bunch of this out here for now, but no issues with the hitch whatsoever. I think it would work really well on a lot of different applications. In my opinion, there is some like full-size listings in there. If you were going to buy one for a full-size like Silverado or something, I'd probably stick with the factory one. But for trucks that maybe don't come with one, like the little Mazda trucks or the little Nissan trucks, I think they work really well. Like I said, this one's dropped. I'm not going to lift it back up. So for now, we'll just keep it as a parts running truck, and I'm going to leave the hitch on there. I don't see any need to take it off, but yeah. That's what's going on. So I wanted to tell you guys, kind of update you on what was going on, my experience with it. Like I said, nothing to do with the hitch whatsoever. If you guys need one, I still think it's a quality piece. I think it's more of the drop that's causing my issue. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please, like always, smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are not subscribed, please go down there, hit that subscribe button. Of course, ring that bell icon that notifies you every single time we drop a new video, and stay tuned to see what we work on next.